I know that when you look at Tamoor and I, you think these two love Avatar. I watched the first one.
Yeah.
You haven't seen either.
I have seen both of them. Oh, the first one definitely in clips.
We have, however, seen the brand new game from Ubisoft, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, in a behind closed doors session at Summer Game Fest. Honestly, I don't know what I expected from this game. We got to get this out of the way first. In terms of all of the Ubisoft properties you could possibly compare this game to, and I do not mean to sound reductive, however, there was one very particular animation that I have seen multiple times. Far Cry.
Yeah, it is do a Far Cry, but
It's
Avatar.
very, very Far Cry.
Yeah.
So I think to lay some groundwork about what Frontiers of Pandora is you are not a human being in an avatar. You are a Na'vi. You were born on Pandora. However, as a child, you were kidnapped by the humans. And you were essentially raised as a human. So you have zero connection to the Na'vi people, their way of life, or even really Pandora itself.
You're trained to be a sleeper cell, basically.
Yes. But the events of the movie meant that the humans left, leave you and your other students behind, and because of the kindness of one of your teachers, you're put into a cryo sleep. 15 years later, the events of the second movie, when the humans come back, you awaken and you decide to side with the people, your people, the Na'vi.
There's a period where you live on Pandora and you kind of experience the freedom that you were denied when you were kidnapped and then put in cryostasis. So I think that's the period where they establish what you fight for. Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, when they were explaining that, I thought that's actually a really cool setup for a story, because it feeds into the whole purpose of the, stranger in a strange landness, but also it's not retreading movie ground too much.
And a good way to kind of gamify the world of Pandora and also give you like a growth path, because it's like you explore different parts of a Pandora that haven't been shown in the movie before, and each of them has their own tribes and like groups that have their own cultures, and each culture has something that you don't know about because you've been kept away from it all, and that translates to an ability, whether it's like healing or like the ability to tame animals or fly or hunt or whatever it may be. So as far as like formats for video games work, it's surprisingly solid and compelling.
So obviously, because you were raised by humans, the weapons that you are attuned with and you're able to use are guns.
Guns, yeah.
And so there's a very strange point, you'll see it in the trailer, where a Na'vi has just an assault rifle. It's very strange. But then as you get further in the game, you obviously get things like different kinds of bows, sort of a spear, trap things, using
the weapons of your people.
The weapons of your people. And so, I mean, there was one point they opened the weapon wheel. I went, oh, that's very Far Cry wheel. But the thing, you are obviously fighting against the humans. You have your flying companion. So there's stuff on the ground you can do. And obviously you can have this aerial combat going on. The Far Cry-ness comes from the fact that the humans are putting up, they're doing the thing again. They are mining. They don't care about the world of Pandora. So they set up mines and outposts, and you go around and you
liberate
outposts in this game so that nature can take them back. And when you liberate the outposts, you do genuinely open the fuse box and do that. That was the animation I was referring to. So there's obviously that element to it. You can see the Far Cry DNA in there. I'm already interested and also a little bit nervous about how big the game is.
Yeah.
It's a real classic trope in Ubisoft, especially recently, whenever they've been making an open world game. It is massive and filled with stuff to do. There's also, there's things like hunting. There is scavenging. There's a meal system in there. So you kind of gather ingredients and you make a meal. And that kind of changes because there's a skill tree and stuff in there too.
It feels quite big, and that is both. It
looks beautiful.
It looks really nice. The other game I would liken it to is Horizon. It looks very Horizon, vibrant saturation and
very vibrant, very saturated. The colors, I think, as well, because it is such a fantastical world, Avatar, that it looks alien. And it really nails that. And I think as you are going around and you are seeing, the creatures, the flora, the fauna, it all looks so unusual and it's so striking. And there's parts where you're in this first person parkour and you're on this tree and the the things attached to the tree sort of shrinking and growing in all different colors. And when you're flying through the air on is it an ikran?
I think it's called an ikran.
Which you can name. There's a selection of names that you can pick. Yeah. And they really want you to form a bond with your...
It's there throughout the game once you get it,
Yeah, so they want you to form a bond with this. And so it looks very, very interesting. My hesitation comes from we've been burned by Ubisoft's approach to open world game design.
Icons?
Yeah, I don't want to see a beautiful Pandora littered with bloody icons.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, the main thing for me that I'm struggling to kind of get on board with is that Avatar as a franchise has never necessarily hit for me. I'm interested to see who the audience is going to be that shows up for Frontiers of Pandora.
This is the truest test of whether licensed properties still have the kind of juice that they had previously, where it was like, oh, I've watched Avatar and that was okay. Oh, there's a game. I'm going to buy that. My major concern is Avatar, obviously beautiful world that people love, and it's got this whole intricate lore and like these systems and that kind of stuff. I hope that in stuffing that into an Ubisoft kind of framework, that isn't lost. So I'm interested in seeing how this game comes out. I feel like it could find an audience. At the moment, I look at it and I'm like, I don't know if I'll stick with this. I definitely want to see what they have to offer. And it could be, if we're lucky, an evolution of the Far Cry formula. That is the best case scenario. And if Avatar is the vessel they needed to have to figure out how to make better first-person open world shooters, I'm all for it.
The Avatar, you could say.
Yeah, if it's the Avatar for making other games, great.
We'll have more on Avatar Frontiers of Pandora on GameSpot. For all of the rest of our Summer Game Fest coverage, make sure to check out the YouTube channel and the website. We'll see you next time.